Marriage was meant to protect a woman. A man had to prove himself if he wanted to get involved with a woman to start with. If you wanted that woman, you had to prove that you can take care of that woman. You can provide for her and you can protect her. Check what a man has to do to marry a woman, who has to do a lot of things in order for a marriage to be, especially in black communities. How much money must a man spend in order to marry a woman? Marriage was meant to protect women, that if this man wants to take your virginity, he has to marry you, because no other man will accept you if you are not a virgin. Of course, things have changed. No man, if this man wants to have kids with you, he must marry you, because no other man will accept you when you are coming with kids. Of course, things have changed. So marriage was protecting women, that if you're going to give a man the gift of your virginity, he has to marry you first. If a man wants to have kids with you, he has to marry you first. And before he even marries you, a man had to prove that he had the resources to take care of you and the kids you are going to bear him. Women said that's oppression. And you'll find women today that after having 2 kids or 3 kids with 3 different men, now women say what? They are celibate. Suddenly, they find Jesus. They are giving their life to Jesus until they get married. They are doing the exact same thing that they said. It is oppression. They are doing it inversely. They are doing the opposite of it. They have kids first with useless men mostly. And then after that, they say, no, now I'm shutting my legs until a man marries me. But in the beginning, when they were still pure as virgins, they were told, shut your legs until a man proves that he's serious about you by marrying you. They said, no, that's oppression. Women can do whatever they want with their body. My body, my rules. After having 2 kids with 2 different men, now suddenly she wants to practice the same principle. She said it is oppression. Now she practices no sex before marriage. Yet she has given many men sex. She has given many men sex before without putting a price on it. Remember, the price to a woman, especially a woman's body, is marriage. Anything else is prostitution. If you have to give a woman money in order for her to date you, if you have to buy women hot wings, you have to buy women Istropez, Savannah, whatever, these champagnes, that's prostitution. The only price to a woman's body is marriage. But women figure it out late in their lives, when their body, their rules doesn't work out. Now they sneak behind, stay virgins until you are married. But they don't call it that way because it's going to expose them. They call it celibacy. How are you celibate when you are not a virgin anymore? How are you celibate when you have 2 kids with 2 different men? Another man now must marry you before he can sleep with you. Another man must marry you before he can have kids with you. Whereas the other man did all those things for free. How is that fair to these new men? Why did all these guys not have to follow the same guidelines, the same rules, the same boundaries before they could get access to you. Yet this new one has got to follow the rules, the guidelines to get access to you. How is that being fair? When you had to stay a virgin until you were married, it was oppression. Now you went on and had kids with different men, and now you want to oppress this new man who's coming in now, whereby there must be rules before he get access to you. Yet there are many men before him who got access to you for free. This one has to marry you. This one must commit first. Yet many that came before him didn't need to commit, didn't need to prove anything. Women, you are misled. This feminism thing has misled you. Most of you women today, you have 2 kids. You're struggling now. No man wants to commit to you. Deep down, you want marriages. You are afraid to come out that, now I want to be married. I want a husband. I want a family. Why? Because you will be betraying feminism. You were told, stay virgins until a man marries you. Don't have a kid with any man until that man married you. You said that oppression because of feminism. A woman can do whatever she wants whenever she wants. Now you are no longer a virgin. Now you have 3 kids with 3 different men. Now you want a marriage. Now before you can have sex or anything else with the next man who want to come into your life, that man must marry you first. That man must commit first. You see how feminism is failing you, ladies. Hey, I found Jesus. I've given my life to Christ. With 3 kids from 3 different men. Suddenly, miraculously, you found Jesus. Marriage was meant to protect you, ladies. Marriage was meant to protect you from having to run after men. Marriage was meant to protect you from having sex with just any man. Marriage was meant to protect you from having kids with just any man. A man had to commit to you first before he can sleep with you. A man had to commit to you first before he could have kids with you. And how does he commit? He doesn't buy you Astropairs. He doesn't buy you Verve. He doesn't buy you Whole Wings. He doesn't send you an e-wallet. He had to marry you. That's a man's commitment to a woman. And before he even marries you, he had to prove that he had the resources to provide for you and to protect you and the kids he's going to have with you. You call that oppression. Later in your life, in your 30s, your 40s, now the same principle you called oppression, now you want to practice it. But you change its name and call it celibacy. You give your life to Jesus, no sex until a man marries you. But you were told to do that when you were still pure. You were told to do that before you even had kids. And what did he say? It's oppression. Men are policing your bodies. Suddenly you put a policy on your body. I'm celibate until I'm married. Most stepfathers has to marry you first before they can even have kids with you. Yet men who came before them had kids with you free of charge.